threshold of a great mystery. And before you rises a mountain. But it's more than stone and earth. It's a pyramid of light, a geometric bridge between the world of the mundane and the world of the divine. And at the very base of this pyramid where you're standing right now, life is easy. There is a lush forest, an emerald canopy that shields you from the harsh sun. There's plenty of food. The branches hang heavy with fruit. There is an abundance of sweet, cool water. This is the garden of our comfort. This is the place where we're known, where we are safe, where the hosannas of our daily lives are loud and rhythmic. But at the apex of this pyramid, high above the tree line, where the air grows thin and the clouds part, there is a luminous crystal. It is the purest light that you have ever seen. It doesn't just reflect light, it is light, and it is calling you. You realize that to stay in the forest is to stagnate. The pyramid represents the spiral pathway of challenges. It is the blueprint of your soul's evolution. You must begin this journey. You are being called to climb this mountain. You are being called to the summit. So as you begin this climb, you realize the journey is much tougher than you anticipated. The lushness of the base has faded away. The soil turns to shale. The fruit trees give away the thorny scrub. Your supplies, which seemed so plentiful at the start, are dwindling. The food has run out. Your water skin is light, nearly empty. This is the phase of the journey where the crowds begin to thin. In the beginning, there were many on this path. There were cheers, there were companions, there was shared laughter. But as the incline steepens, you find yourself alone, high and alone. You have ascended. There is no external support now. No one is there to carry your pack. No one is there to offer you a hand. The wind begins to whistle from above, a cold, lonely sound that seems to mock your ambition. You can only depend on yourself. Again, the summit is mysteriously calling you, and in this barren altitude, you can only rely on what's inside of you. This quest has forced you to find your own inner strength. The path is now steep and barren, scary and dark. The temperature has dropped, and you pull your coat tightly around you, a coat woven of your ego. Your defenses and your history are surrounding you. You begin to call on your life. You're pulling up all your stories, the lives you've lived, the roles that you've each played, the experiences that shaped you. In this silence, every memory becomes a brick. Look down at the path before you. It is not made of random stones. It's paved with the bricks of your existence. One brick is great for the loss you've endured. One brick is another of love that changed your DNA. Another is a failure that taught you humility. Each life is a stepping stone. Each experience is a foundation to get you to the summit. You are high up now, so high you can clearly see. From this vantage point, you see your entire life spread out before you. You see the moments you thought were the most important, and you realize they were just small turns in the path. You see the simplest moments, a kind word, a quiet prayer, and realize you were the strongest stones in your own foundation. Look upwards. The crystal at the crown is pulsing. You can feel its heartbeat. You can almost hear the divine calling you, calling out your true name, the name you were given at birth, the name that your soul answers to. Ground yourself. Look down at your feet. Look at your sandals. They are torn and tattered, stained by the red dust of the climb. Your feet are bruised. Your hands are cut from gripping the sharp edges of the rope. You feel your exhaustion. This is the last of the great trial, the trial of the summit. Here we are tested to the very depths of our being. This is the moment when human part of us reaches our limit. Remember now. Remember all the gifts you've been given to get this far. The gift of love, the gift of radiance, the gift of understanding. Bring them to your mind now. You will need them. But even with these beautiful gifts, the human virtues will only take you almost to the top. The very last yards require something extra, something deep within your core. You have to unlock the treasure that you didn't even know that you possessed. You see now, the more advanced your soul becomes, the greater the trial becomes. Why? Why is this so? Because you cannot get to the top as a human trying to reach God. You can only get there when you recognize the God within you. You're exhausted beyond belief. You feel you cannot go on. Your legs are trembling, your lungs burn. A deep part of your soul is on the threshold of giving up. All energy is gone. Gone from your body. Gone from your spirit. You do not know what to do. You feel empty, lost, unable to make these last few yards. And yet, in the silence of your despair, you listen. You lie down upon the cold stone and rest for a few minutes. You stop doing and start being. And as you listen, you hear it. A faint vibration in the rock beneath your ear. Thump, thump, you hear it. Thump. It's the drumming of your ancestors. The distant rhythm pulse of those who gave life before you. The brave souls, your ancestors, the martyrs, the seekers, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, all that have given life for you, all who have stood up for you, everyone who has been on your journey in your past lives is coming forward right now to give you strength of your spirit, those who have stood in the same place as your exhaustion. These drums fill your heart. They awaken a renewed strength. The sound isn't coming from outside of you. It's rising up right now through your bones. You feel the strength of the ancestors building up, pouring through every soul, filling you with determination that is not your own, but belongs to the eternal I am. Released from fear, you lean down and take off your tattered sandals. You thank them for getting you this far, but you don't need them where you're going. You stand barefoot on the holy ground. You take off your heavy coat, the coat of your past, the coat of trauma, the coat of your identity. You're no longer cold. You have found your divine energy. With a heart filled with joy, you fly up those last few steps. You have wings on your heels. You have reached the summit. You are home. Now let's take this moment, this journey, and lay it over the Palm Sunday story. We often see Palm Sunday as a festive parade. We see the palm branches. We hear the Hosannas. We see a king entering the city. But if you look closer, if you look into the eyes of the man on the donkey, we see the climber at the summit. Jesus had spent his life in the lush forests of Galilee. He had the abundance of community, the miracles of the sea, the warmth of his mother's home. But he heard the call of the summit. He knew he had to leave the forest behind. When he rode into Jerusalem, he was entering the trial of the summit. The palm branches the people threw on the road were the bricks of his story. The cloaks they laid down were the coats of human expectation. The crowd wanted a human king to save them from this human government. They wanted him to stay in the forest and rule. But Jesus knew that to fulfill the dream, he had to go where no human could go before. He had to go alone onto the mountain. Palm Sunday was a moment he chose to take off his sandals. He knew that the cheers of Hosanna would soon turn into the whistling wind of the trial. Jesus knew his friends would fall away, leaving him high and alone, just like you at your breaking point. Jesus had to rely on the God within. He had to hear the drumming of the ancestors, the prophets that came before him, the voices of Abraham, Moses, Elijah, strengthening his resolve to finish that climb. This Palm Sunday, you're invited to look at your own summit. Where is the Jerusalem that you were riding into? Where are the palms you were laying down? Are you clinging to your tattered sandals, your heavy coat? Or are you ready to stand barefoot at the peak? Remember, this strength, this gentle strength of knowing your heart is pure. Know that you were never alone. The ancestors are drumming for you. The divine is pulsating within you. The trial of the summit is not punishment. It is a graduation. It is the moment you stop being the traveler of earth, and start being a citizen of the light. This week, as we walk through the shadows of this holy week, we do not look at Jesus as someone far away on a pedestal, someone that is on a cross suffering. No, that is not how we look at Jesus. We look at him as the one holding your hand on the side of that mountain. Remember, Jesus too, he had to lay down his coat. He too had to stand barefoot before the divine. The trial of the summit is the moment we stop trying to be good humans. We start allowing ourselves to be the divine expression of the one. Your life has prepared you for this. Every brick you have laid, every tear, every joy has brought you to the summit. And as we hold up our palms today, let us not just celebrate a parade from the past. Let us celebrate the courage to finish the climb of our life, the climb of our journey. Whatever it is that you haven't reached yet, have the courage to I give you the courage. Finish the climb. You see, the summit was never a destination. It was a realization. In the moment you looked into the crystal emerald light at the peak, you saw your own reflection looking back at you. Did you see the divinity? Did you see the light? For that's who you are. You are divinity. You are light. You are beautiful souls. So I say, with a heart filled with joy, take these last steps that you're holding on to for fear of that one more step. Take them and fly. Fly to your destination, because you were never alone on that mountain. Jesus is the mountain. He is the climber. He is the summit, and he climbed there with you. And as we leave the sacred, the baby is fine. She does not bother us. So I want to say to you today, as we leave this sacred space, this mountain, this journey that we've done together, we celebrate the triumphant entry of the Christ consciousness into our own hearts and our own minds. And may we walk through this week in the spirit of mystery, because life is a mystery. And we are here to each unfold our own journey in that mystery, right? And we have peace, allowing the higher I am, nature, to guide every thought, every word, and every action. And we go forth today recognizing the radiant Christ potential within ourselves and every person we meet. And as the crowds once waved palms, we now wave away all thoughts of lack, limitation, fear, greed, hatred. We are full of the expression of our divine nature here and now. We journey through this week centered in truth of our own being. Together we stand in truth, knowing it is as we believe. Together we say, and so it is, and it is done. And thank you.